Volleyball creates a big community. So you feel like you are in a big family. Both working in volleyball and living volleyball as a fan. That's the main difference between our sport and most popular sports, in my opinion. You can tell me my name, sorry, you know me. So, Chiara Castagnetti, and I'm a volleyball agent. I played in Italy from when I was 18 years old till when I was around 25. I got injured and I had to stop from the day before to the day after. And at that time I had no idea what to do about my new life, so I started to study law. I stopped watching volleyball. I didn't watch a match for more than 9 years because it was too painful. And I studied law, I got graduated. I started here in Italy. You must have 2 years where you work basically for free while you are preparing the bar exam. Then I had the bar exam. In the meantime, for the bar exam, I had a master in sport business management. And then I started to work as a lawyer, but I was extremely unhappy. And for a coincidence, I ended up at one match in Modena with a friend of mine that was sponsoring at that time. And when I put the foot back in the gym, I said I have to find a way to come back to the sport. And so I said, okay, I'm a lawyer, I know volleyball, I cannot coach because I don't have the abilities to coach. I can try to become an agent, and I started to study whatever I needed to know to get ready to start to try to sign players. You have to know, in my opinion, all your players, not only technically, but also personally. You have to understand when it's time to move forward or when it's time to have a step back. And you have to understand what they need to become the best athletes they can be.
Hey, so today we had some really good interviews. We got the chance to talk to Gabby Garcia Fernandez and Ivan Zaitsev from Ube Civitanova. They both gave us awesome interviews. We actually asked Ivan to give us the interview in Italian, which was a really interesting choice we made. We're still trying to figure out exactly how we're going to translate that over. But he was awesome. It was so cool to get to talk to him. He's personally one of my favorite volleyball players of all time. So that was in Civitanova this morning. We had to sprint from the gym to the train stop. Actually got picked up by some random guy sitting in the back of his car. He drove about 100 miles an hour down this little street to get us to the train on time. We made it. Then we rode to this town called Reggio Emilia, where is where my former agent Chiara Castagnetti gave us an interview where she told us about the role of an agent, what's happening in the Italian Super League, why this means so much. So we have a really good slate of interviews, and again, been awesome, and thank you so much to the people who gave them to us. So yesterday was a wild day. We woke up in the morning, had our interviews with Gabi and Zaitsev in Civitanova. Then we jumped on the train, and then with the train we drove about 6 hours to this town called Reggio Emilia. We got to film an interview with Chiara Castagnetti and get to go over kind of how agents work, what they do, and learn more about Italian volleyball and get a little bit more context behind it. Then after that, it's about 11 o'clock. We arrive here at our Airbnb. Turns out this place is amazing. We were both awestruck, way too tired from the whole day. Traveling the whole time, filming all the interviews was surprisingly exhausting. And then we came here into this palace. It's incredible. We're really happy with the way it came out. Unfortunately, we got to leave tomorrow early, but this place was really amazing. All right, so we're here in Piacenza now. We've got a little bit of a side mission. The third place matches tonight. This determines exactly who's going to make it to the Champions League next year. It's got no importance to the final whatsoever, but it's going to be really cool because Piacenza is an awesome city. We've got this amazing apartment. Everything's kind of worked out really wonderfully. We were shocked when we got to it last night. And now we get to go watch some more volleyball and see another high-level game. Really excited to see the teams, and tonight we're gonna have a winner. So maybe we'll be able to get to see some really great celebration afterwards.
We totally see that there are many teams that are really competitive in other countries, but we still think that we are better. So when you play European Cup, you think Italian team, you think that it's going to be easy to win. That is not, because we showed clearly in the last years that we lost against the Polish teams. So Italian fans are not that into European volleyball because they prefer to watch an Italian team playing against another Italian team. They feel it much more, and they feel that these kind of matches are much funnier and more competitive than the European matches. And then I have even to add one more thing. Tickets are expensive. So if you have to decide between buying a ticket to watch Modena playing against Civitanova, or buying a ticket to watch Modena playing against Roeselare, it's not that I want to disrespect Roeselare. It's an amazing team and they arrived in the final of the cup. But an Italian prefers to watch, if he has to choose, prefers to watch two Italian teams competing.
for the game tonight? What do you think is going to happen?
I think we're just going to get to see another high-level match. I'm excited to see if the fans are as crazy here in Piacenza as they were in Civitanova. That was like the most mind-blowing, eye-opening thing for me, is that you had guys playing drums for 2.5 hours. Another thing, just from the game quality, I think there's if I were a betting man, and I am, but not for volleyball, I think Piacenza will win. But Milan has an incredibly strong team, and they upset the #1 team in Italy with their upset of Perugia in the first round. They pushed Civitanova till the end, five game series. Just crazy. Like, both teams are crazy talented, and nothing would surprise me. If it was a crazy battle, 5 sets, I wouldn't be surprised. If one team went and wiped the other one away, I wouldn't be surprised, because momentum is so important in volleyball.
Numero 6 Marco Vitelli, numero 7 Francesco Pusaro, numero 8 Augustin Loser, numero 9 Jean Patrick, numero 11 il capitano Matteo Piano, numero 14 Yuki Ishikawa, numero 16. Numero 13 Robotellissimo. Numero 17 Yuri Romano.
Drive a truck straight through it. Ishikawa. Oof. I mean, that's how to get rid of a dangerous server. This was perfect. Perfect pass. Perfect set. Brute. Nice pass. Really nice take there. And Patry into the block. It's going to get picked up. Nicely done by Romano, who have to attack this from a little bit off the net. That's a decent effort. Brizard gets him back in system, and Lucarelli says that's a point we have got to have. You can share the load around amongst errors that have been strewn all over the place here from Piacenza early in this first set. Simon again. Oh, mixed it up beautifully. Patry has to push, goes into the block. They're struggling again. Can Ishikawa get him out of trouble? Oh, what a pickup. What a pickup from Leal. Oh, that is outstanding. Outstanding. The finish wasn't bad either. This is the sort of MVP performance that you've come to expect from Johan de Leal. 6 hands. It's Kaneski again. This time from the end line. That's a better serve. That's a much better serve. Brilliantly done from Pesaresi. Free ball, Piacenza. Can they capitalize on it? No doubt about it. Robert Landy, Simon. Angle he's taken here as well. I mean, off a free ball, you're going to expect to get the point anyway. Sent it deep. Always a strong server. Now they need a big one from him right now. Well, they get one, and again, it's a terrific pass, and it's just somehow kept alive. And Piacenza are going to have to try and take this the second time, and the forward pass to Simon is just too good. Romano really at full stretch defensively. Romano picking that one up.
So one thing that we've noticed is that there's a lot of passion around volleyball in Italy.
Volleyball is fantastic, especially in me, because I'm an old man, but I was a volleyball player. In the 80s, I was the captain of this team, the team that I bought 10 years ago, Milan, and then I left. I was United States, I worked there for years, and then around the world, and then I was back in 2010, 2012, and then I bought my team, Milan. Was in the very low division. Then we win the Serie B. Then we were in the A2, and now we are in Super League. And then this year we arrive at the 4th place. It's unbelievable, step by step.
How are the fans here in Italy compared to everywhere else in the world? We've got to watch a match in Civitanova, and it was absolutely insane, and the same thing here.
I can say that they are a bit, how can I say that? They have the expectations really high.
Yeah.
So when the playoffs arrives, you feel that the atmosphere on the gyms change a lot. On the regular season, it's a bit different. I mean, in Poland, it was way more for all the games. But when the playoff arrives, yeah, I said it. We had some crazy atmosphere here in Trento also. In Modena, it was crazy. So yes, I think they have high expectations.
Oh, this year was a wonderful championship. We didn't expect to be at the 4th place in the end. We start with the young guys, and then they did a very good job, especially the trainer, especially the team, especially all the players. And I'm very, very, very happy about this championship. I expect that the next year will be another step, and then we hope that we'll be better than this year. But
Can you talk a little bit about Matteo Piano's leadership? We see him on the floor, and it seems like he's directing the team in a very, very effective way.
You know, he's an experienced player, as I told you. He's also a leader in the team. And we suffered a lot before when he was out from the court because he was injured. He had some problem this season. And in the end, he solved that problem with a lot of trouble, of course. When he was outside, for us, was not the same thing inside the court, of course. We recovered him exactly in the playoff, and the team changed totally.
Yeah. One thing we've noticed, this is our second match here in Italy. We've gotten to see a lot of passion from the fans and everything. Can you just give us a little bit of that? Because the environment is so hectic every game we've gone to.
Yeah, I love Italy because we are Italian. And oh shit, no scusa. I lost some postcard.
Here, down here.
Okay, benissimo.
Yeah, all good.
I find back my postcard. But no, I love Italy about this.
Yeah.
I think that Italy has a lot of nice thing, a lot of not so nice thing, but the passion of people is amazing. Yeah. And I think Italy is the most amazing place in the world who you can play volleyball. Yeah. Also for the passion of the people, for the story of the gym, and I'm grateful to play with the people around me here in Italy.
Thank you so much. Really
You're
appreciate
welcome.
your time.
So,
amazing. And then we were watching you guys for the first time. Really, we saw Paolo Porto play, and amazing. Seems like he's grown up a lot, and he just seems like a very high potential setter. Can you talk a little bit about him?
He's a young setter,
Yeah.
so he has to grow up a lot again. We chose him 2 years ago, and Trento stole us Mr. Riccardo Sbertoli. But for me, it was clear the situation. Paolino is one of the best setter that we can put on the court now in Italy. In front of him, there are, in my opinion, not a lot of setters. Of course, he has to grow up again.
All right, well, really appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
He has a lot of talent.
Yeah.
But like a lot of players said, if you want to grow up, you have to use your talent. And I hope that he will be able to use his talent in the future.
Okay. Appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so we just went to watch Piacenza play Milano. It was a pretty good game. Piacenza dominated pretty handily. You could tell that Milano was a little bit out of gas. Really, it was at one point it just became the Lucarelli show, which is really cool because he's known as one of the best players in the world, and it was cool to get to see him step his game up and really show that he is that. Yeah, it was an amazing match. It was incredible to watch and kind of get to see what that quality looks like. The atmosphere in the gym was also incredible. What was really cool afterwards is that we got to get on the court and talk to a bunch of athletes, directors, and really have a broad swath of people that we got to speak to understand more about why this game was important. Again, what they feel about the sport of volleyball and why Italy is such a special place to be playing. We had 3 really interesting conversations. First was the Milano head coach. He was obviously frustrated with the fact that he had lost, but very gracious with his time and spent a lot of time talking us through kind of how he had seen the match, how he had seen his team, what he expected, and he had some really interesting insights. And one of them was that everyone thinks his team is really young, but he's got an extremely experienced team that is young. And so they're excited to continue building on that. Next, we actually got to speak to the owner of the club, which was probably one of the most interesting conversations we've had throughout the entire trip. The best part is that none of it got caught on camera. We kind of got him to loosen up a little bit and tell us a couple stories afterwards, which was super interesting. Lucio is an amazing guy. It was really cool to get to know him in 10 minutes really quickly. So we had a really interesting kind of side quest that we went on over the last few hours. Piacenza was an amazing city. It was beautiful. Our apartment was amazing. It went incredibly well, and we couldn't be happier.
Cheers.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Cheers.